Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Arjun Chaudhary. Here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Thursday, the 24th of September. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi to meet top business leaders in US. No decision on handing over Farooq murder suspects to UK, says Pakistan government. And first indigenously built sports car unveiled in India. And now for all the details. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi began his 6-day tour to the US on Thursday. During his second visit to the country, the Indian Prime Minister will meet President Obama, top US business leaders and the Indian diaspora in the US. A report.
The Indian Prime Minister was given a warm welcome on his arrival in New York. An excited Indian community in the US turned up in large numbers to greet him.
This message is for all the youths, not only in India, but across the world. Narendra Modi is a leader, and we all look up to him.
The Indian Prime Minister, who has a packed schedule on his visit, is set to attend a host of high-profile business engagements on Thursday, including meetings with Michael Bloomberg and heads of Fortune 500 companies. The Indian Prime Minister is expected to make a push for his flagship programs, the Make in India and Digital India, during his discussions with government leaders and business heads.
The Prime Minister visits Facebook in Hacker Square. Again, this is a very important interaction because of what social media can do. India, as you know, is among the youngest countries in the world, and our youth are engaging in social media in a big way. And the meeting with Mr. Mark Zuckerberg will provide an opportunity to see how we can take this forward. Then Prime Minister visits Google.
Though the Indian Prime Minister will have a number of bilateral meetings with various country heads, the Foreign Ministry has clarified that he won't be meeting his Pakistani counterpart, Nawaz Sharif. Before he completes his visit on Tuesday, Prime Minister Modi will also address some 20,000 Indian community members in San Jose.
Staying on news from India. Former Foreign Ministry spokesperson Syed Akbaruddin is likely to be appointed as the country's permanent representative in the United Nations. He currently holds the position of Additional Secretary in the Foreign Ministry. Akbaruddin, who is highly regarded by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, is reported to replace Ashok Mukherjee upon his retirement. In other expected rejigs, Navtej Sanna, presently Secretary West in the Foreign Ministry, may be made India's next High Commissioner to London. Moving on, Pakistan has not yet decided on handing over suspects in the murder of Muttahida Qawami Movement leader Imran Farooq to investigators in UK. The Interior Ministry has said Farooq was found murdered outside his London residence in 2010.
As the Scotland Yard team in the UK has reportedly made significant progress in the probe, Pakistan has said that investigators will be granted access to the three accused. But the Interior Ministry has clarified that the decision to hand them over to UK will be taken by the government. The Scotland Yard had last week met some key witnesses in that case. One of the witnesses, a 12-year-old boy, had identified one of the arrested men, Mohsin Ali, as one of the attackers. Farooq was one of the founding members of the MQM, the fourth largest political party in Pakistan. Even though reasons of the murder are yet to be ascertained, investigators suspected political rivalry or money laundering could be the possible motive.
A top official of Pakistan-administered Gilgit-Baltistan has admitted for the first time that all is not well in the welfare programs carried out in the region. Deputy Speaker of Gilgit-Baltistan Assembly said that government aid was not reaching the beneficiaries.
People of Gilgit-Baltistan see no end to their worries as they continue to struggle for basic amenities. Pakistan government claims that it has undertaken several welfare schemes for the people of the region. It often cites the Benazir Income Support Program, which was launched in 2008 to provide financial assistance to low-income families. But such claims have often been proved wrong. Even the local government in Gilgit-Baltistan admits that financial aid has not reached the needy people.
बहुत सारे बड़ी उम्र के गरीब और मुस्तहिक अफराद BSP की मदद से महरूम हैं और साथ वो अफराद जो मतलब काफ़ी उम्र के आखिरी हद तक पहुँच गए हैं या आप सबको पता है कि माशरे में इस तरह होता है कि घर से उन बच्चों को, वालिदैन को या ऐसे अफराद को निकाला जाता है या उनकी मदद नहीं की जाती है, उनके बच्चे उनकी मदद नहीं करते हैं, तो बेसर और सामानी के आलम में वो बेचारे दर बदर फिर रहे हैं.
Locals find holes in the surveys conducted in the region for the beneficiaries. Due to corrupt administrative system, Gilgit-Baltistan remains one of the most backward regions under Pakistan's rule. It was illegally annexed by Pakistan over 6 decades back.
Meanwhile, in Bangladesh, life of secular bloggers, writers and activists is under threat. The banned Islamic outfit Ansarullah Bangla Team, or ABT, has reiterated its threat to kill them. The outfit has been behind a recent string of attacks on liberals in the country.
A hit list released by the banned Ansarullah Bangla Team targets several bloggers from the UK, Germany, the US, Canada and Sweden. Some are Bangladeshi citizens living abroad, while others possess dual citizenship. The list also names Western nationals. The group threatens to eliminate all those who, according to them, are atheists and non-believers of God. The government has arrested chief and several members of Ansarullah Bangla Team, but the group continues to spew venom against liberals. Cancel the Bangladeshi citizenship of enemies of Islam and education, atheists, apostates, unbelievers, anti-Islamic bloggers, agents of India, otherwise they will be killed wherever they can be found in the Almighty's world, the group said in a statement. Ansarullah Bangla Team was banned in the country in May after the killing of Ananta Bijoy Das, Avijit Roy, Washikur Rahman and Niloy Chatterjee.
Moving on to neighbouring Sri Lanka. An anti-corruption panel in the country has recorded the statement of former President Mahinda Rajapaksa in connection with non-payment of dues to state-owned television channel. He is accused of failing to pay some $71,000 for carrying his presidential election campaign earlier this year.
Police questioned Rajapaksa for over an hour on Wednesday. The former strongman got into trouble after an audit found that he had only paid $441,000 for broadcasting his campaign to state-owned TV channel and failed to submit the rest of the amount. It is alleged that ITN had run the campaigns of his rival Maithripala Sirisena for a lesser time than what was agreed upon. The two leading candidates had run their campaigns on the state TV from November 2014 to January 2015 ahead of the presidential polls, which Rajapaksa lost to his former cabinet colleague. The former two-time president, who recently lost his prime ministerial bid, is also facing a number of criminal and corruption charges.
In a major setback to Bollywood actor Sanjay Dutt, the provincial governor of India's Western Maharashtra, Vidyasagar Rao, has rejected his pardon plea in an arms case. The governor rejected the petition related to the 1993 Mumbai blast on Wednesday on the recommendation of the provincial Home Department. The 56-year-old actor was found guilty in 2013 of acquiring illegal weapons from those involved in the deadly 1993 attacks in Mumbai, in which 257 people were killed and hundreds injured. He was sentenced to 6 years in jail in 2007. But his frequent outing on parole has become a subject of criticism, with many accusing him of misusing his celebrity status. Indian automobile industry added a new feather to its cap as it launched its first indigenously built sports car. The low-priced ritzy vehicle has become a hit among car lovers.
India's top car designer Dilip Chhabria launched the first sports car DC Avanti in western Pune city on Wednesday. The much-awaited car has been produced in keeping with the Indian government's Make in India campaign.
We are proud of the fact that it is indigenously designed and developed in India for Indian customers and for Indian roads.
The swanky car has been priced between $37,800 and $52,900, almost one-tenth of a Ferrari.
It's now a car that the young can aspire. Usually when you're young you can't afford a sports car, but with this we're trying to reach out to the young aspirants to be able to afford a sports car, because in other countries a sports car is a huge segment by itself.
The highest speed of the car is electronically limited to 200 km per hour. With DC Avanti, India is now creating a new segment at far less price than big car brands in the world.
While the festival of Eid al-Azha is marked by sacrifice of animals, it is also observed with merriment and revelry. Take a look at how the Muslim community is gearing up for the big day.
Markets across South Asia are teeming with buyers as preparations for Eid al-Azha festival are in full swing. Eid al-Azha is a day when Muslims sacrifice animals and feed the poor to seek God's forgiveness. In India also, the festive fervour has peaked as people are making big purchases.
ईद के लिए हमने ये कोई तकरीबन 1200 माल लाया था, तो अब बिक्री हो गई 350 मेरे पास रह गई।
यहाँ पे तो करोड़ों का कारोबार होता है, बहुत दूर दूर से गांव वाले आते हैं, यहाँ पे बहुत बड़ा मार्केट लगता है, हर किसी शहर से आते हैं।
The situation is no different in neighbouring Pakistan, where cattle markets are buzzing with buyers. Stalls selling fodder and decorations have sprung up across the country. But the high prices of sacrificial animals this year has been a major dampener.
पिछले साल हमने 17-18 हज़ार के अच्छे सेहतमंद बकरे लिए थे। इस मरतबा 40,000, 35,000 इससे कम नहीं है। बहुत महंगाई है, डबल है।
In neighbouring Bangladesh too, markets were abuzz with shoppers looking for sacrificial animals. Eid al-Azha is celebrated on the 10th day of the last month of the Islamic calendar and marks the end of the annual pilgrimage to Mecca.
Bollywood is all set to bring yet another dramatic thriller, and there is huge excitement for the film as it marks the comeback of former Miss World Aishwarya Rai Bachchan to the silver screen. Take a look.
भरोसा और मोबाइल पर नेटवर्क ना हो तो लोग गेम खेलने लगते हैं।
A gripping action thriller starring Aishwarya Rai Bachchan and Irfan Khan, Jazba is set to take cinefans on a roller coaster ride. A Sanjay Gupta directorial, the film promises to put one on edge of the seat with its dark and forceful plot. The former beauty queen, who is hitting the silver screen after 5 years, is excited about her latest venture.
Being a working mother, I really did not delve into this absence factor, and probably that's why I have not necessarily focused on the comeback term.
I want him to walk free, Mrs. Verma.
With drama and emotion juxtaposed into a powerful and edgy whole, Jazba packs quite an intense punch.
It's a solid character. And there is a solid undercurrent, the kind of chemistry, the kind of relationship my character and Aishwarya's character is having is unseen. You haven't seen this kind of, chemistry.
शराफत की दुनिया का किस्सा ही खत्म। अब जैसी दुनिया वैसे हम।
Jazba is a story about an advocate who is threatened to defend a criminal guilty of rape and murder. At stake is life of her daughter, which is why she goes on to fight for something against her wishes. The film, which is already garnering attention for edgy dialogues, opens next month.
आपके कानून के लंबे हाथ मेरी बेटी के लिए छोटे पड़ते हैं।
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi to meet top business leaders in US. No decision on handing over Farooq murder suspects to UK, says Pakistan government. And first indigenously built sports car unveiled in India. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. With the same time tomorrow. Good night.